What's up, guys? We're back for another breakdown and predictions video, and this week we got a big one. We got UFC 293. We got pay-per-view going down in Australia. Israel Adesanya defending his title against Sean Strickland in the main event. So I'm pretty excited to break this one down. So just right before we get this video started, I do have a free trial going on in the Patreon right now, which you can go over there. You can get free access, risk-free to the bets this week. Check it out. See if you like it. I got some written breakdowns already going over there. I got quite a few bets, and I'm going to be looking at some bets with some other promotions tonight, tomorrow, Friday. So probably going to have a couple other bets for some other promotions as well. So go over to patreon.com/MMAPredictionGuru. Support the channel. Try to make yourself some money this weekend. Over 260 units I've profited a lifetime, which is top 10 in MMA tips for non-reckless bettors, which is, pretty good in my opinion over a 4-year span. I feel like I'm one of the most profitable people on YouTube right now, so would really appreciate the support over there on Patreon, and think you guys could win yourself some money. And besides that, man, hit the like button, put some comments down below. Let's try to get some interaction on this video. Let's try to get it out there to as many people as possible. But another thing that I am going to say is tomorrow I am going to be doing a video with Dan from Half the Battle, so that should be a good time. It's going to be on the channel. It's going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be a live video, so make sure to come, tune in, watch that video, join us live if you can, be in the live chat, drop some comments, and yeah, it should be a good time. But let's get in this first fight of the night here. We got Kiefer Crosbie. He's going to be taking on Kevin Jousset, and when you look at Kevin, he is kicking off the card for City Kickboxing. And he's 30 years old. He's 8-2. This is going to be his UFC debut. It's the UFC debut for both guys, but currently he's on a 3-fight winning streak. And Jousset's last 2 fights, they have been title fight wins for Hex Fight Series, which is a decent promotion over there in Australia. And I do believe he's the only 2-division champion in Hex Fight Series history for what that's worth. His level of competition has been decent. He has some wins over opponents with good records. Both of his losses were also not without bad circumstance. He lost a split decision in a fight that could have gone either way, and then his other fight that he lost, it was due to a doctor stoppage. But, he's built up some momentum with the title wins, and you look at his style, Kevin Jousset is a very durable guy. He's well-conditioned. He's tall, so he does a good job. He stand upright and accentuate his reach, and he does have a 4-inch reach advantage over Kiefer Crosbie. But he's more of a pressure fighter, so a lot of the time he doesn't really fight the longest. And he has limited head movement. He holds his hands low, but he could take a hell of a shot. His striking is a bit awkward. He'll throw some nice kicks. He'll start out attacking the legs, and then he brings up the kicks to the body and the head. But since joining City Kickboxing, I guess you could tell he's starting to be a little bit looser, moving a little bit better, a little bit more defensively responsible. But I still feel as if Kevin is stiff and not the greatest striker, bad head movement, and definitely at his best when he can get on the inside, dirty box, and make it more of an ugly fight. And he can mix it up. He's pretty good at holding fighters against the cage. He can shoot doubles when he can back guys up, and has pretty good, like I said, dirty boxing on the inside. He can hold guys against the cage. He is good at taking the back from standing and kind of just wearing on you, leaning on you, getting you tired. When he gets on top, he has okay top control, but nothing too exciting or crazy that I've seen from him there. And I'm not too sure about his takedown defense. I've seen him get backed up out against the cage, even taken down against mediocre opponents. I watched this guy, Priscus Fognalo, who is older. He had an alright record, but he was like 40 years old. Didn't look like he was in his prime anymore, and he was able to hold Jousset against the cage, took him down, and eventually he got tired, and Kevin ended up winning the fight. But I feel like right now, that's kind of Jousset's best asset, is his ability to absorb damage, stay composed, and be well-conditioned, and then finish the fight later on or kind of outlast his opponent in a decision. But he's going to be taking on Kiefer Crosbie, who's 33 years old, so this guy's a little bit older. coming in the UFC, and he's training out of SBG Ireland, kind of brings that same brash, trash-talking confidence, and he's competed on the big stage for a while now. He was a Bellator fighter for 3 years from 2018 to 2021, and he did decent in Bellator. He had a winning record, but ended up leaving the promotion after losing to Georgi Karakhanyan, and fought against a squash match on a regional promotional card. And then his last fight, he did fight Cowboy Oliveira in Portugal, and he knocked him out. And obviously Oliveira's at the end of his career, but still a decent win there. And his last fight was actually a boxing match where he fought on that Kingpin boxing promotion card, which I don't know if you guys know about it, but it's like a YouTube influencer boxing show. And he fought Aaron Chalmers, who also fought on Bellator before, but is a reality TV show guy. And he won that fight by decision. And I don't know if he got paid. I mean, I know Kingpin has been under fire for not paying guys and recently, so hopefully everything went good with that for him. But now it's back to business in a real MMA fight. He's finally getting his chance to fight on the biggest stage in the UFC. And you look at Kiefer Crosbie, he's a striker. He kind of a brawler, but he has good movement, good footwork. He'll switch stance, and he likes to use his speed and pull fighters into his punches and kicks early until he gets cracked, and then kind of all his technique and game plan go out the window. But he has good pull counter crosses. He'll throw solid round kicks. His hooks are fast, powerful, and he is the much faster, more fluid striker in this matchup. His left hook is on point. His last fight in MMA just turned into an all-out war, and he ended up taking Cowboy out in the first round. So I wouldn't be shocked to see him just try to use that game plan here, come in, try to get the finish early, kill or be killed. And he could throw caution to the wind sometimes. Like I said, that's kind of his style, just being a brawler. But he's usually pretty good at being on the right end of that. He's definitely crispy with his hands. And he has a great chin, but when he gets hurt, he does panic wrestle. He starts to expend a lot of energy, and it can get you in trouble. It still hasn't really got him in too much trouble. He hasn't been finished by strikes in his career yet, outside of a cut stoppage. But we have seen him get submitted before. The majority of his wins are first-round finishes. He has 5 first-round knockouts. But Crosbie is an okay wrestler. You'll see him when he gets in the clinch. He has decent takedowns there. And he has good elbows and knees in the clinch too. And his grappling is a little sloppy though. He likes to chase the back. He can get over-aggressive. He can lose position. And seems like he's not the greatest when he gets put on bottom. He got submitted fast when he got taken down against Georgi Karakhanyan. And his cardio hasn't been tested in too many fights. 9 of his 13 fights have ended in the first round, win or lose. But he is 3-0 in decisions. And it's a good fight. I feel like Crosbie is better everywhere. He has the power and could become the first guy to crack Jousset's chin. It's just mentally and conditioning-wise, if Crosbie struggles with that pressure and pace and kind of solid style of Jousset, it could become kind of a clinch battle where neither guy can get a takedown. It could get dicey. Ultimately, though, I'm going to pick the guy that I believe is more athletic, explosive, and skilled in Kiefer Crosbie. I think he can use his speed on the feet to move and land some big shots, especially early, and maybe mix in some takedowns. Kevin is super tough, so I don't know if he's going to finish him, but I'll say Kiefer Crosbie wins via decision.